Good afternoon, everyone. Now I give the first presentation in the afternoon. So the title of my presentation is Intelligent Garment for Online Monitoring of Human Health and Well-being. The general context is still in the frame of our roundtable discussion on AI. So just we discuss about the role of AI in the future. In the future, as we said, the human factor, human involvement will be the center of the future AI deployment. So in this context, we introduce intelligent variables. So what is a variable system? So we can consider that variable system could be a very important support for all higher technology in the future. It was cited by European Commission in different reports. So variable system could be the next generation of human-machine interaction. So if you wish to optimize interaction between machine and the human, so you can do something around the variable system. So human system, variable system could offer auxiliary functions to facilitate everyday life, and it is continuous real-time monitoring for monitoring the health condition of the patient who are under specific considerations. So combined with the clinical testing, as all people have clinical testing, but the clinical testing is not a continuous testing. So for continuous testing, continuous online monitoring, so variable is a very important, efficient means. And also, variable system can give guidance to the target population, old people, vulnerable people, soldiers, athletes, and so on and so on. So many issues about that. So intelligent garment is one category of variables, because now you can, on the market, you can already find variable system, variable devices, mostly watch and gels, and all these commercialized products are accessory, not for all garment, because the garment, the intelligent development of intelligent garment is rather difficult. Okay, but it's useful. Why? Because an intelligent garment can realize continuous real-time human data collection and data analysis. So it is continuous, it is real-time, and it is human data. All issues about human data. And what is important for intelligent garment related to accessory, the garment can cover all important body parts of the human body. So it is a very important issue. So our intelligent garment is composed of the following components. First, sensors, physiological sensors. And garment, connected garment, it means the sensors will be connected everywhere, and they are connected to a microcontroller to send the data. And local diagnosis. There's also software on the garment, and cloud computing platform. So in general, intelligent garment is working on two software. The first one is on the garment. The second one, with heavy computation, will be on the cloud. So there's a communication between these two softwares. The user interaction using smartphone, often smartphone, but we can also use other means. The global diagnosis, it could be an expert system. It means in our system we integrate data collected from the garment, and also the medical knowledge provided by medical experts, and the big data collection. Of course, human data continuous collection can be realized on the garment. Very important. So the most important business model is the data. So I can have the capacity to collect the data continuously. So this is very special, because for clinical tests, they cannot do like that. Okay, self-learning is also important. Okay, now I give a list of sensors which are often integrated into the intelligent garment. One important sensor is ECG. ECG, as you know, I did not put on the list. ECG is the electrocardiogram, and EMG is also very used to measure muscle activities. EEG is used to measure brain activities, and the accelerometer is very useful to measure posture and all related activities, and also respiration can be measured using piezoelectric sensors. And we have also other sensors for blood glucose and oxygen saturation measurement, and so on and so on. And skin temperature is also important. One example, you have sensors. The next step of the sensor is to combine all the sensors to make an embedded system. You use the sensor, you make a connection, and you connect all sensors to the microcontroller. So this is the general shape. One example, just one example. So one is a flash memory to store the data, and the first microcontroller is to make the computation, and the data, final data is collected, is communicated to outside via smartphone. So one microcontroller is for communication, another one is for computation, local computation. So apart from electronic sensors, I have to mention material sensors, textile sensors, because for all sensor development, the big trend is to develop flexible textile sensors. Because for electrical sensors, there are more or less problems for integration into garment. Because in general, the sensor is hard. But the flexible sensor developed from textile is more flexible, okay, more friendly with human skin. So this is for this reason, we also introduce some electronic sensors, several levels for measure of resistance, capacity, graphing. So this is often sensors used. We have spin sensors, pressure sensors, humidity sensors, and text-based thermal sensors. So all these sensors can be used for environments. Okay, this is one example for the sensor, the spin sensor using graphene field. Okay, just one example. So the garment. So this is the one intelligent garment that will be realized in the frame of French project funded by French government, the ENSAIT program, and it is for remote diagnosis of pregnant women. Especially, we use this system to make an online monitoring of fetal movements. Okay, so this is the general structure of the wearable system, and the intelligent garment part is here. And here is the communication with smartphone and tablet and other means. Here we have the cloud. The cloud platform, on the cloud platform we have a general global diagnosis system. So it is a collection of data, generation of knowledge base, and inference engine. So all these issues is on the platform. But the most important is that we realize the garment. So it means we have a belt developed. So it is two belt, one belt and two lines, two belt connected together. And so the embedded system is integrated here, and we have a conduction yarn to connect to the sensors. We have 4 sensors of accelerometer. So the general idea, this is another project. It is online monitoring of human health and activities, especially for sport activities. And related to the first application that I showed to you, all these materials are flexible. So we have a flexible PCB. So the board is flexible. So and also all the devices can be washed because there is a calculation, a cut of calculate is protected. So you have electrode and the central system, embedded system is here. So this is the system and you have the prototype. The prototype is here. So this part corresponds here. Okay, you can see what we can measure. We can measure ECG signal to measure heart activity and temperature, skin temperature, and the respiration, and also acceleration data. And for human activity, you are running, you are working, and you have different postures which can be interactive, which can be taken into account the signals. And this is a hardware components, and you can see that data probably is not very clear. Here is the accelerometer in X, Y, Z, 3 axes. Okay, so it means the person can go around. So the trajectory of the activity can be taken into account, can be measured. And here is the temperature. Not very clear. This is the respiration, something like that. Is a safety respiration can be recorded. And also it's ECG. ECG is here. Okay. Another application, it's a new application that we developed in a new project. It is also funded by a French ANR program. But in this new project, we reinforced the involvement of artificial intelligence. Because before it was artificial intelligence is already involved, data mining was already involved. But here, it is what is different. Different deep learning algorithms have been integrated. For example, here we use not very clear. The idea is to identify, to classify the patient state into different stages. Healthy is very healthy, or it is infected of COVID, and here is asymptomatic. Okay, 3 stages, 3 classes. So I cannot go through all the ideas. On my computer it's very clear, but here I don't know why it is not very clear. So I can show you later. It's more. The idea is to, from this measurement, we use ECG and the temperature. Only 2 sensors are measured. But from ECG, using deep learning, we try to estimate the blood saturation, oxygen saturation in blood, which is very important for COVID evaluation. Okay, so this is the process. We use a deep learning models used here, and this is for the smartphone application. So the AI model was already implemented on the smartphone, on the gun. So this is on the gun. So this part we use. This is on the cloud platform. Cloud platform, we have temperature, we have measured the ECG signals and heart rate and so on, and we integrate all the data. So using XR core, this is the data fusion. Data fusion to understand what is the about the current situation for the patient, healthy or infected or asymptomatic, something like that. Okay, so this is a general idea. So the figure here is our prototype. Okay. So what is about the design? Because variable system, especially for intelligent government, design is very important because the government will be rewarded by the variable for a long duration. For a long duration, how much time? At least 8 hours every day. 8 hours every day, the comfort design should be very important. If you are not comfortable, you do not do that. Okay? So for comfort design, we have to make a balance between the comfort and the signal accuracy. So it means the fabric should be carefully selected, and the garment style should also be carefully selected. So we need to maintain close and stable contact between the components, sensors, and the users. So we have to give the pressure, but the pressure cannot be too strong in order to avoid uncomfortable perception. Okay, so and we need to increase the signal noise ratio. So it's very important because we try different materials, different composition of materials in order to select the best one, best style. The same, the comfortable is very important, as I said, and also easy to maintain is also important. So the garment should be washed several times. We did not do that, but it's very important. If you develop a independent garment, normally washing capacity should be tested several times. In general, an independent garment should bear at least 5 washes. Okay. Now this okay, try to be quick. So this is the garment design for 2 prototypes. One prototype is for fetal movement. The second one is for firefighters. A project developed by Frederick. Okay. So now I quickly switch to the part of the software. The software, we start by doing the classical software. So it is signal filtering. Signal filtering because for garment, intelligent garment, the signal is strongly noisy because human skin is soft and the garment is also soft. So you know the interaction is very sometimes the signal cannot be exported. The idea is to we first make a classification of segments. Some segments can be exported, some segments cannot be exported. So we first select the most relevant segments, and after that we need to do the noisy filtering. From noisy filtering, we use the wavelength analysis and other filters. So another application is that we try to make classification of activities. This is for fetal movement. Fetal movement because accelerator measure not only fetal movement but also mother's movements and also respiration. Respiration, so it can find body motion, heartbeat, and working of the pregnant woman and fetal movement. Fetal movement is a big signal. Okay, so we do that. We follow the idea of classification of different segment signals using filtering, feature selection, and supervised learning. So this is still a classical approach. So this is I can say. Okay, I'll try to be quick. So the matter is monitoring what happened on the smartphone. You have the number of kicks for fetal movement and the intensity of these kicks. And all this treatment, the software, is on the smartphone of the garment, on the microcontroller of the garment, including data preprocessing, filtering, data signal classification, and the fetal movement counting. And the long-term monitoring, including deep learning data. Learning, it will be realized on the smartphone. Okay, it's separate software. So another application. So this is a real-time, long COVID symptom monitoring. It's the same. Okay, we use more deep learning algorithm to do that. So this is the result for deep learning. Okay. Another important issue. This work was realized by Guillaume. Is working together on this project, and the identification of signals. From signals, they extract the key features by using signal processing, Fourier transform, and band filtering, something like that. And one important issue is to work on heart rate variability. Donc, this is the most important health indicator. And from HRV, we extract different indicators. Okay, and here from that, we make an analysis of a long-term analysis of the health. So it means for this reason, I think this is for Guillaume himself to make a test, okay, for duration of 4 months, 3 months, no, 1 month. Okay. So in this long duration, so you can see if someone, the RMSD is the indicator, the HRV indicator is in decreasing. It means it is in the state of no health. And the high value, it means it's health state. So it means if a person where is intelligent government, he can use this to detect if he will go to an area of in-health or not. Okay, so this for health monitoring, even for general people, is very important. Okay, another one is short-term monitoring. Short-term monitoring is about 2 hours. Okay, it is a much at a match. So at the beginning, it is 1 hour, and after that, you can see the change of the indicator. This is the SDA indicator is a short-term health indicator. So you can see it is a decrease. It means the slope of this curve represent the level of injuries. It means for supported man, how is about the level of the fatigue. If it's go down very quickly, it means you get fatigue very quickly. Okay, so it is also very important for indicator of for sport performance. Okay, I try to conclude. The variable system is a very large topic, dealing with different disciplines, not only computer science, but also electronics, material science, design, and other issues. We can say for smart textile, they develop flexible sensors and actuators. The advantage, flexible sensors give more comfortable feeling, but the problem is the data processing quality is bad and the data storage is bad. Data issues is bad with smart textiles. But for electronic variable system, which are mostly developed by researchers in computer science. So the problem is, okay, they have one advantage. This is a systematic approach. Artificial intelligence has been integrated, and the communication level with the cloud is okay, but the drawback is the weak variability. So it looks like an instrument, it's not like a garment. So people do not wish to wear that. So some people do not like instrument, okay. And they focus more on accessory and less evolving garment, and big comfort and appearance design. For AI signal processing, as I mentioned before, and the idea is to develop distributed software to see, according to specific tasks, how to distribute the software task between the garment and the cloth. So it should be a specific distribution. The idea is to make an optimization use of a computational load, because the computational load will lead to the short of energy, because you have the garment, so you cannot charge the garment all the time. So the charging the garment is a very important issue. So the idea is to make at least you charge the garment once every day. That's okay. But if you charge the garment 2 hours, this cannot be accepted. Okay. This is a balance, a compromise between the computation load and the capacity of computation. And for perspective, as I said, the variable system is interdisciplinary cooperation, which is very important for cooperation, including international cooperation. We try to integrate electronics and the textile sensors to form a complete variable system, and we need to enhance the autonomy and intelligence level of the textile embedded system. We need to develop a system design approach by combining signal quality, comfort, and aesthetic levels. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Zeng. So we have time for questions.
Thank you. I have questions about the reliability of the sensors you use. Do you apply the concept of redundancy, that is to say you put 2 sensors, 3 sensors to do the same things in your clothes? And secondly, do you use other kind of support such as connected watch, for example, that give you similar data, physical and physical data? So I wanted to know if you have considered such redundancy and
personally people not working on washing. Personally people not working on washing aspect. We tried one wash before. It's not in this project. It's a student project, but I think as it's not very scientific project, so we did not really deep in this area. So I think that it's very important for industrialization of the product. It's important, but for fatal movement, as in this example, no washing is okay or not. I don't know exactly. And this is a big problem for care.
Thank you. Another question?
Thank you for your topic.
Yes.
For me, it's really the big architecture. So I have to tell you something. About your topic, this means you will use the sensors and you integrate into the wearable device, right? So in my country, we have some sensor. It can estimate the heart rate, the respiration. So you will be design the sensor or you will buy the sensor?
We, in general, for electronic sensors, we buy sensors. The development of new sensor is a long duration. But for textile sensors, we already developed textile sensors.
The second question is, I just want to ask you about the topic. It's been about the system because the topic is in the medical field, right? So the data of the client is so important. So how you secure the data when you actually from the client?
Okay.
Because I see you push into the clouds and display on the smartphones, right? So how you use security?
Now the data are public. So for the data, for these projects, for the project of fatal movement, we worked with Xianyi Lille, so General Hospital of Lille. So we have authorization of Lille Hospital to export the data. So the data we collected together with the person of the hospital. They have authorization. The second project, we also worked with hospital. So there's one hospital in Paris, specialized in home.
It reverse because I didn't have a train to use that later.
Yeah, we have the, of course, this is difficult. This procedure is difficult. But if we are involved in a national project, we have possibility to get this authorization.
Okay, so I have the last question about the technique. Because maybe say so fast, so I don't understand about the short-term monitoring during physical activity. You saw the diagram, and could you show the slide about the short-term monitoring?
Okay. This one?
This one. Okay. I understand what's the bit of the diagram stand for, and how you identify the lines. Is it a threshold one? And how you identify this?
Okay. Now this is the initial study because here the curve is the SEANN, which is developed from the computation of HRV. Okay. For this curve, it means we calculate the slope. If it is decreasing, of course, it is in the region of fatigue. Okay, so you can understand like that. So the performance increase during the warm up. So it's warm up, it is increasing. So the body is hot, it becomes hot. Okay, it's increased warm up, and after that, this is the March. During the March, the performance is decreasing. The fatigue is evolved.
Okay, so I see the time. So I study the continuous signals, or also this diagram is the continuous signal, or you convert into the frequencies.
Yeah.
Or you can convert to frequencies for analyze.
For analysis, the better analysis, it can be deeply studied by involving personal issues. But it's just it's just observation. The personal issues, it means for this person decreasing, and for another person is another decreasing. It's not the same, but the fatigue is more or less related to different person. So only this data is not enough. We need to introduce age, sex, and other physiological indicators to make a competent decision. But here is just observation. Seeing, okay, for you during the sport, your performance is decreasing very quickly due to the fatigue.
So if this is a continuous signals, and you use for the short term, delay time is very important. So what is delay time in your?
The delay time. So you have so it's a duration. The long duration. This is like a match of football. Okay, you can see the time. So this is the images, right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Another question? Thank you, Professor Zeng.
Excuse me, Professor. Excuse me, Professor. I interested presentation and his question. Nowadays, the development of technology lead people to concern human health. So, Professor, could you tell me about the opportunity to for students to study and opportunity for job in the future?
It's a very long topic. I think I should give a very short explanation. But now, in University of Lille and Ecosantadely, we are working on research master on artificial intelligence related to medical application. So the medical knowledge should be learned, physiology knowledge and AI knowledge are also used, and also the students try to combine these two different approaches to make different projects. Okay.
Everyone has a different health. For example, someone is stronger or someone not stronger. So for the internal element, what is the difference between for fixing the parameter for strong people or
I think we need to integrate more and more physiological indicators, more parameters to be introduced. Only this one is just a given indicator, it's not for classification. Okay?